To create a form in ExperienceBU, click the three lines to the left of your screen and select Forms from your organization tools. Then click the Create Form button at the top of the page. To start, you'll want to name your form. If you want users to be able to complete your form, you'll want the status of the form to be active. Keep in mind that submissions will only be accepted during the time period indicated in the start time and end time fields. You can either opt to have your form featured in Explore Forms, which means the form will appear as featured in the Forms directory from the home page of ExperienceBU, or you can opt to hide your form from Explore Forms, which means it won't appear in the Forms directory on the home page of ExperienceBU. Enabling the Allow Multiple Submissions option means the user can submit more than one submission. If this option isn't selected, users will be restricted from the form after one submission. Enabling the Allow Anonymous Submissions from public users means anyone, including those who do not have a Brock account, will be able to fill out the form. If you enable this setting, Allow Multiple Submissions will be disabled because there's no method to limit respondents to one submission. For submission restrictions, by default, anyone on campus can respond to this form. You can restrict access to specific positions by clicking to the right. If you're not yet ready to build your form, hit Save, and you can come back to it later. But if you are ready to build your form, select Save and Add Questions. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to use an already created sample form. So here's our sample form. At any time, you can jump back into settings by clicking Form Properties on the top right of the page. You can also add pages to your form by clicking Add Page before this page or Add Page after this page. In addition, you can jump to additional pages of the form by clicking Page List on the top left. And to name the page, you can click Page Properties on the top right. And the name of the page will be visible to users filling out the form. As you can see with this form, I've already added in some questions. To add another question to a form, scroll down to the bottom of the page and you'll see a section that says Add New that lists all the different types of questions you can add to your form. And each question has a description of what the question is. Note that for the file upload question, this question allows users completing the form to upload a file to the form itself. As a note, if we select the checkbox list question to add in a new question, sometimes the system actually won't allow you to enter in an answer in the text box field. If you select OK without putting in an answer, the system will prevent you from submitting your question, and you can usually then add in your answers to the text box. If we go to one of our questions and select the garbage can, we can opt to delete that question from our form. By changing the number beside sequence, we can move our question sequencing around, and we can also put questions on different pages by selecting which page we want our question to appear on. If we click the pencil to the left of a question in our form, we can edit and change our question. As you can see, we can opt to change the question itself, make it a required question. And for some questions, like the checkbox list question or radio button list question, you can choose to shuffle your answers by hitting Edit. And for checkbox list questions, you can identify the minimum and maximum number of answers a user can select. You also have the ability to put additional properties on your answer choices for checkbox list, radio buttons, and ranking type questions by selecting Answers. So we have an Include Text Area option, which allows you to provide an additional space for users to write in an answer. An Include Tooltip option allows you to hover over the answer choice to read additional information about it. And Include Additional Text allows you to put in additional information about an answer choice. You can also opt to add logic to your form to present users a page of questions based on their responses to previous questions within the form. Note that to add logic, your form must have more than one page and you must go to the second, third, fourth, etc. page of the form to add logic. So now that we're on the second page of our form, you'll want to select Page Properties on the right to add logic. and you'll want to select the Conditions tab and the Add a Condition button. After you choose a question, pick an answer choice for the name of the question, if it isn't a multiple choice question, and then complete the logic statement. Your selection here determines the type of response you're looking for in order for this page of the form to populate. After you complete one condition, you can always add more. You can also group your conditions. To do this, click the checkbox next to each condition you want to group, and then click the Group Selected button. On the right of the page, you can then determine if you want the page to display if the group comes out as true if the conditions are met, or false if the conditions are not met. And to delete a condition, just hit the small X to the right of where it says is not selected. If you have any questions about this tutorial, email us at experiencebu@bacu.ca.